I bought these corduroy pants at a flea market and never wore them, so I wanted to give them another chance and turn them into a mini skirt. I laid the pants flat and measured the same length down from the side seams and the center. Then connected the points with a line. Then I cut off the pant legs just below the zipper, making sure I didn't cut into the pockets. I cleaned up the shape by trimming the edges so there wouldn't be any corners or uneven parts. Next I separated the pant legs and then cut them open along the seams. I took a piece of paper folded in half as a template, then placed it on the pant legs along the grain line, making sure to fit in as many rectangles as possible, and then cut out all the rectangles. Then I gave them a good press. If you're working with corduroy, always iron on the wrong side to avoid making the fabric shiny. Next I sewed the rectangles together along the long sides, right side facing using a serger. If you don't have a serger, you can sew them with a straight stitch and then finish the raw edges with a zigzag stitch. Back to the pants without the legs that now looked like a super mini skirt, I measured the approximate circumference of the skirt's hem and the length of the strip of fabric I've produced with my rectangles, just to get a rough idea of how many pleats I could add. And it was time for the pleats. I decided to add 4 box pleats to the front and measured 3 times 2.5 centimeters to the right from the seam. Then I folded the fabric to create the box pleat. I pinned all 4 pleats into place and then it was time to sew them down. By the way, this is Elna, my grandma's old sewing machine. She gave it to me when I first started sewing. My grandma was a seamstress, even though she never actually wanted to be one, and this machine is very dear to my heart. For sewing the pleats, I measured approximately 12 centimeters down from the top edge, marked it and sewed along that line. You can also sew all the way down to the hem, but I knew I'd be shortening the skirt later, so 12 centimeters was enough. Also make sure to use the longest stitch length possible, since the pleats will be opened up again later. After sewing the pleats, I pinned the finished fabric strip to the top part of the skirt to see how it fits. In the back, I made sure the seam lined up with the crotch seam of the original trousers, placed a pin there and then cut away the excess fabric. Then I sewed the ends together with a serger and added a straight stitch with my sewing machine for extra stability. And with that, the lower part of the skirt was finished. I gave the pleats a good press, then I pinned the lower part of the skirt to the upper part, right sides facing, and sewed all the way around with a straight stitch. Then I checked the seam and decided to top stitch all around and also top stitch all the vertical seams on the lower skirt to make sure everything lays flat. After that I finished the seam between the upper and lower skirt with my serger. Then it was time to shorten the skirt. I measured about 12 centimeters down from the seam, then cut off the excess length. Then I used my seam ripper to open up the pleats and finish the hem with my serger. Again, you can do a zigzag stitch as well. I unraveled the loose thread and tied it off with a knot. Then I thought about leaving the hem as it was, but in the end decided to fold it up, press it and top stitch it. Then I gave the whole skirt a final good press and it was done. Here's the final outcome. I think it turned out pretty well. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching.